morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Good Morning Hebrew Home. I am your Thursday host, Catherine Farrell, and we are coming to you live from Studio B. We have an exciting episode for you today, so let's jump right in and get started. Today is Thursday, April 15th, and the time is 10:30. It is also Yom Ha'atzmaut, Israeli Independence Day. So we wanted to wish you all a very happy holiday today. The weather today is not so great. It's going to be cloudy skies with periods of rain this afternoon, high near 55. That's okay. 55 is pretty good. But rainy and clouds, not so much fun. Chance of rain is actually 100%. So there you go. Locally, the rainfall could actually be a little bit heavier too. So watch out for that. Enjoy the periods of clouds, I guess, and maybe read a book today. Our national day, it's National Banana Day. And just a quick note, Cassidy ate her first, my baby, right, Cassidy, she ate her first full banana over the weekend. It was really cute. She held the banana and she took her little bites, and it was a real treat. It's also National Glazed Spiral Ham Day, National Rubber Eraser Day. As an artist, I do love rubber erasers. National Take a Wild Guess Day, a National Tax Day, of course, everybody's April 15th, and it's National Titanic Remembrance Day. It's also National Purple Up Day, National Get to Know Your Customers Day, and National High Five Day. So high five, everybody, on this day in history. Okay, so we went back to 1874. It was the first Impressionist exhibition, and that opened in Paris. Featured Claude Monet, Edgar Degas, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Camille Pissarro. In 1912, okay, so this is why it's National Titanic Remembrance Day, because in 1912, RMS Titanic sinks at 2:27 a.m. off the Newfoundland as the band plays on with a loss of between 1,490 and 1,635 people. It was very interesting to me growing up the Titanic, especially because my father he retired from Lamont Doherty Geological Observatory, which is an oceanography. It's related to Columbia, and they, study the ocean floor and oceanography, and they would go out actually looking for the Titanic. And it was really interesting to me as a little girl because my father would go out on the ships with them, look before the Titanic was discovered. So the company that actually did discover the Titanic, I believe, used information that was gathered by Lamont Doherty. So anyway, it's always been really interesting to me. On April 15th in 1947, Jackie Robinson, age 28, becomes the first African-American player in Major League Baseball when he steps onto Ebbets Field in Brooklyn to compete for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson broke the color barrier in a sport that had been segregated for more than 50 years. Exactly 50 years later, on April 15th in 1997, Robinson's groundbreaking career was honored, and his uniform, number 42, was retired from Major League Baseball by Commissioner Bud Selig in a ceremony attended by over 50,000 fans at New York City's Shea Stadium. Robinson's was the first ever number retired by all teams in the league. And in 2019, Aretha Franklin posthumously receives the Pulitzer Prize Special Citation honor, first individual woman to win it since 1930. All right, we're moving on to birthdays. Chica on RP4 is our only resident celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday. And for staff, we have Basil in nursing and Joy Solomon, who's the VP of Elder Justice and Spiritual Engagement. Happy birthday to everyone, and happy birthday, Joy. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The celebrities celebrating birthdays today is Emma Watson from Harry Potter, Seth Rogen, who is one of my favorite comedians. He's also an actor and a director. Emma Thompson, British actress, and Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones. So happy birthday to all celebrating here at the Hebrew Home and out there in YouTube land. The horoscope for today, so we're still in Aries. You can be feeling particularly confident and optimistic, dear Aries, although your feelings are complicated as the day advances. The sun in your sign harmonizes with Jupiter, but it's also heading into discord with Pluto. Networking, sharing, connecting, and group activities can reap some rewards. Instead, you can feel reinvigorated through launching new projects, idea creation, and goal setting. These affairs can be particularly successful today. Gaining someone's trust or clearing the air not only feels good, but it can also open doors for you. Take the time to do little favors for others that boost their spirits. Tensions with pressures to perform or from work or competition can rise later today. It's best to identify these things and avoid letting worries take over. So happy birthday. All right, let's check out the menus. Our kosher menu today for lunch, it'll be a split pea soup, the entree, beef and cranberry stew, and then that's with sauteed potatoes and peas, and then for dessert, pineapples. For dinner on the kosher menu still, the soup is minestrone, and the entree is vegetable quiche with sauteed broccoli and cauliflower, and dessert is coffee ice cream. Do you guys like coffee ice cream? It's always kind of like hit or miss for me. I think it depends on the mood. Like in winter, I like coffee ice cream. In the summer, I like strawberry. So non-kosher menu. For lunch, the entree is hot dog on a roll with baked beans and sauerkraut. Also pineapples for dessert. And then for dinner, soup is tomato couscous. The entree is fish and chips with coleslaw. And for dessert, also coffee ice cream. All right, guys, we have not had viewer mail. Our mailbox still sits here empty. Please give us a call. Let us know. Give us some comments, some feedback, anything you're interested in knowing about or hearing about on the show. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, let us know. You can always reach out by dialing from any internal phone to 813, or you can reach out to your friendly tap staff person and we will get the message. All right, my friends, on to our positive news story. So this is also particularly interesting for me because it's about bees, honeybees in particular. And for a couple of years, my husband and I did have bees in our backyard, and we actually got honey from them. Sadly, it's a lot of work to keep beehives. And then when, we started having kids, and then, we just didn't have time to keep them. And I hope to get back to it, but this is a story about beehives. So this says, beehive deliveries keep New Yorkers buzzing on rooftops, backyards. This comes from Reuters, and it's by Roselle Chen. Bustling New York City may not seem a bee-friendly place, but its high-rise rooftops and tiny gardens are buzzing with honeymakers threatened by pesticides in rural areas. About 2.4 million Italian honeybees waited in a white van to be taken to their new homes early Friday. It was parked near the Dakota Apartments in Central Park, where John Lennon's widow, Yoko Ono, has lived since 1973. This is the first year that we've done this outside the Dakota, says Andrew Coates, president of the New York City Beekeepers Association. We heard that Yoko likes honey. Mr. Coate, who founded Andrew's Honey, drove up from Georgia to deliver the bees. The van held 200 wooden and screen packages, each with about 12,000 bees. A steady stream of beekeepers lined up to pick up their 3-pound packages, which cost either $159 or $205, depending on when they placed their order. Bees are sold by weight. I didn't know that. Like cheese, he says. Some buyers stuff the packages in bags, while Ray Sage straps 2 boxes of bees to his bicycle to ride to his hive on the Lower East Side. Quote, I have to ride really slowly and carefully, and sometimes I think of it as if I'm training to be Danish, and I never become Danish, he says. The number of urban beekeepers has grown quickly, with many hives now found on the rooftops or skyscrapers and office buildings, Coate says. New York legalized beekeeping in 2010 and has hundreds of registered hives, according to the Department of Health. So bee populations are in sharp decline worldwide, partly because of excessive pesticides and chemicals in rural areas and a lack of crop variety. New York does not have this problem, making it a healthy bee habitat, says Alan Markowitz, a Bronx resident who is a beekeeper at La Finca del Sur community garden, which is run by women of color. Quote, a third of what you put in your mouth needs a pollinator. And in the city, believe it or not, bees do well because there's less pesticides generally, says the former farmer. Having a lot of variety is wonderful for bees. So glad to know that more bees are coming to New York City. I love them. They are really, truly so essential for crops and for honey and for all of the wonderful things we have growing here in New York. So that's our show for today. We do have a couple of announcements. Just wanted to remind everyone some programming notes for today. Our Thursday in-person group programs, right? We started our community programs again. So Thursday mornings is beading and tiling for JR, and that started at 10. Thursday afternoons is bingo for RP, and that's 2:30 in the Winter Garden. On Channel 8, we have our live broadcast, which is this channel you were watching, at 1:30, Wellness with Deborah, 2:30, On a Musical Note with Peter, and then our streaming channel, Channel 88. Later on, we have at 4 o'clock, DeRope Presents Music Appreciation. At 6:30, a replay of this show. And then 7 o'clock, which is the Thursday night movie. Tonight is The Dig. That's our show. So I hope you hope you all enjoy Yom Ha'atzmaut and have a wonderful day. Please reach out. Let us know your thoughts, your comments. Once again, that number is 2813. I am Catherine Farrell, your Thursday host, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Take care.